Here is the exact same AI tool, the exact same task, and two completely different results. The first one is vague, kind of useless, and honestly you could have Googled it. The second one is so good you could publish it right now. The only difference? How the question was asked. That is what this video is about. Not the tools, you already have those. This is about the one skill that actually makes them work. If you have ever typed something into ChatGPT and thought, this is terrible, I could write this myself, you are not alone. Most people use AI like a search engine. They type a few words, get a mediocre answer, and then assume the tool just is not that good. But that is not the problem. The problem is that AI responds to the quality of your instructions. You would not walk up to a new employee on their first day, say write me something about our product, and expect a masterpiece. You would give them context. You would explain the goal. You would tell them what good looks like. AI is the same. Garbage in, garbage out. But more importantly, great instructions in, genuinely great output out. What you need is a framework. Something simple enough to remember, but structured enough to actually work every time. And I am going to give you one right now. It is called CTFC, Context, Task, Format, Constraints. 4 parts. That is it. By the end of this video you will have seen it applied to 5 real-world examples, and you will have a template you can copy and use starting today. But first, let me show you the before and after, because once you see the difference, you cannot unsee it. Example 1. You need to write a follow-up email after a sales call. Here is how most people prompt it, and I am not exaggerating, this is what most people actually type. Write a follow-up email. That is it. And here is what you get, a totally generic, could be anyone, please let me know if you have questions email that makes you look like you were not even paying attention on the call. Now here is the same task with CTFC applied. Context, I am a business owner who just had a 30-minute call with a potential client. They were interested but mentioned their budget is tight right now, and they have a board meeting next Tuesday where they will make a decision. Task, write a follow-up email. Format, keep it under 150 words, professional but warm, no bullet points. Constraints, do not be pushy, do not mention price, focus on making it easy to say yes. What you get back is specific, it sounds like you, it acknowledges the board meeting, and it actually moves the deal forward. Same tool. Completely different result. Example 2. You need a social media post for your business. Bad prompt, write me a LinkedIn post about my business. And you get something that sounds like a press release from 2011. Stiff, corporate, zero personality. Good prompt, context, I run a home renovation company in the Pacific Northwest. We focus on kitchen and bathroom remodels. Our customers are homeowners aged 35 to 60 who care about quality and aesthetics. Task, write a LinkedIn post announcing that we just completed our 200th project. Format, 2 short paragraphs, conversational tone, end with a question to drive comments. Constraints, no hashtags, no exclamation points, keep it humble and authentic. The result reads like a real human wrote it, because you gave it a real human's perspective. That is the whole game. The more specific you are about who you are and what you want, the more the AI can actually sound like you. Let me break down the framework properly now that you have seen it in action. The 4 parts are context, task, format, and constraints, and each one does a specific job. Context is who you are, what situation you are in, and any relevant background the AI needs. Think of it as the briefing you would give a contractor before they start work. The more relevant detail you include here, the better. Task is the actual thing you want done. Be precise. Not write something but write a 200-word product description for X that does Y. Format is how you want the output to look. Email, bullet list, table, script, 1 paragraph, tell it. If you do not specify, AI will just pick something, and it might not be what you want. Constraints are the guardrails. What should it avoid? What tone? What length limits? What rules apply? This is often the part people skip, and it is the part that separates decent output from actually usable output. Example 3. This one is for anyone who has ever tried to use AI to summarize a document or meeting notes. Bad prompt. Summarize this. You paste in a wall of text and get back another wall of text that somehow manages to be longer than what you started with. Good prompt. Context. These are notes from our weekly team meeting. Task. Pull out the 3 most important decisions that were made and any action items with names attached. Format. Use a simple table, decisions on the left, owner on the right, due date in the 3rd column. Constraints. Do not include discussion or context, only finalized decisions and actions. You get a clean, immediately usable table. You could forward that to your team right now. That is the difference between AI being a gimmick and AI being something that actually saves you hours every week. Here is something important that most prompt engineering content skips entirely. The framework works best when you actually know what good output looks like in your field. AI can generate a sales email, but if you have never written a great sales email yourself, you might not know if what you got is actually good. This is not a limitation of AI, it is just honest. The professionals who get the most out of these tools are the ones who combine their domain knowledge with better prompting. They know what they want. They know how to ask for it. And they know when the output needs to be refined. That combination is genuinely powerful. One more before and after. This time for someone planning a project or a launch. Bad prompt. Give me a project plan for launching a new product. And you get a generic 10-step list that applies to literally any product in any industry ever made. Good prompt. Context. I am launching a subscription meal kit service targeting busy families in the US. Our target launch date is 8 weeks from now. We have a team of 4 people. Our budget for marketing is around $5,000. Task. Create a week-by-week launch plan. Format. A simple list organized by week, with the primary focus for each week and the person responsible. Constraints. Focus on the first 8 weeks only. Do not include anything that requires an agency or outside contractor. What you get back is actually tailored to your situation, your timeline, your team size, your budget, your product type. That is not magic. That is just you doing your half of the conversation. So here's where you are now. You have the CTFC framework, context, task, format, constraints. You have seen it work on emails, social posts, meeting notes, and project planning. The next time you open ChatGPT or Claude or whatever AI tool you use, I want you to pause before you type and ask yourself, have I given it context? Have I defined the task clearly? Have I told it how to format the output? And have I set any constraints? If you can answer yes to all 4 of those, you are going to get a dramatically better result. Every single time. If this video helped you, subscribe. I post practical AI tutorials every week for regular people who want to actually get value out of these tools. Drop a comment below and tell me the one task you most want to use AI for, and I will feature it in a future video.